Today we are going to go over setting up your web browser from scratch. I personally use Microsoft Edge. I think Microsoft Edge is great just the way it is. Here are the settings that I like to use. For demonstration purposes, I set up a new profile. Here's my new profile, profile 1, profile 2. Here's the default thing when you start it up. So what I like to do is not sync my data. I don't like to sign into the browser. I don't like to have a lot of tracking enabled. So you're going to click Start Without Your Data. Again, up to you if you want to have a lot more tracking enabled. That's on you. But me personally, I like to start without my data. And I also don't like to make the Microsoft experience more useful. I'm just going to continue and start browsing. Personal preference here, I like to keep it dark, horizontal tabs, and default. And then I make sure not to check any of these things here. So these are just basically advertisements, quick links to whatever you want to get to faster. I don't use any of these websites personally, or if I do, they're already on the hotbar from me just going to them. And click Finish. You have this page. Well, your page isn't going to be in Thai unless you're from Thailand. So my page is in Thai. Let's put it in English. And yeah, here is the basic default web page that you get when you start up Microsoft Edge, a new tab. So some of the things that I like to change right away are page settings up top right. Um, United States English, that's just me. Quick links, I keep it on 1 or 2 rows. Show sponsored links off. I turn all those off, but I usually remove them first. Open in a new tab. Show content off. Show feed, show widgets off. Background off. Show weather off. So before we turn off those links, I'm just going to make sure to remove all these. Quick links. These will get populated eventually when you start going to websites. Your top 10 or 12 websites that you go to will be here. And yeah, show sponsored links, remove it, open in a new tab. Great. So you have a clean and not bloated Chrome in the front page. You got some of these buttons up here. This is browser essentials. I don't like any of this. It tells you about your browser's performance and a security and a quick overview. It just means they're spying on you, basically. And we don't like that. You also have Microsoft Copilot. Copilot is their like AI system, which I don't think you need on the browser. Just go to a website, chatgpt.com, or whatever AI that you like to use yourself. So we are going to go to the Settings tab, click on these 3 dots here, go down to Settings. All right. If you've signed in, you have a Microsoft Words account, go to that, uncheck it, because I don't like to earn Microsoft Awards because that means they're tracking you and you don't really want that. Start share browsing data with other Windows features. I turn that off as well because I don't sign into my account on Microsoft to my Windows, so don't want to share any data to anywhere. Payment info and all this stuff, keep it as it is. If you save your credit card, that's something you do to check out quicker. We're going to go to the next tab. So tracking prevention, I usually keep it on balanced and just leave it as is. Choose what to clear every time you close the browser. You can click on this. It'll clear the cookies. It'll clear the passwords. It'll clear everything. You can have a fresh browser from when you open it up right away. Do not track requests. This is part of the Microsoft browsing right here. Tracking prevention. Allow sites to check if you have payment methods saved. I leave that checked off personally because I do go to like Amazon and stuff or Shopee. Optional diagnostic data, I turn this off. I make sure it's not checked. I turned off in Windows. We can go over that in another video. The diagnostic data, turn off telephony and all that stuff. What telephony is basically is, hey, Microsoft wants to track and send you ads. I don't like that. Personally, I keep that off. Help improve Microsoft. Again, I don't want that. Personalization and advertisement. I don't like seeing ads. I don't think anyone does. So yeah, we keep that off. Microsoft Defender Smart Screen. Don't need it really. Viruses these days are pretty hard to get if you browse safely. Enhance your security on the web. I leave this off. Microsoft Edge Secure Network. I don't want Microsoft's VPN. Um, Use a web service to help resolve and navigation errors. No, I don't like that. Suggest a similar website. No, because pretty much all the time you know what website you want to be going to, or you're going to be using a search engine. Save time and money with shopping in Microsoft Edge. No, that means they have more data on you. Show opportunities to support causes and nonprofits. No, more data that they collect and track. Let Microsoft apps help. Let Microsoft Edge help keep your tabs organized. No. Let's go to address and search. So, address and search is your search engine, your default search engine. I like to use DuckDuckGo personally. Again, it's up to you. You can use Google, Yahoo, Yandex, or DuckDuckGo. Bing. Bing is the default by Microsoft, so I don't usually go with them. I don't like working with Google too much, so I usually remove Google from my thing. If I need Google, I'll just go to the website directly. Um, yeah, and we can go back from here. Search suggestions and filters. Show me suggestions from history, other type characters, customize suggestions. I like to have it show me from my history. Search filters. Turn on search filters to narrow suggestions. I don't want my searches filtered, to be honest. Show me sites and suggestions use my type characters. I only want stuff from my history, so we are going to keep it that way. All right, next tab. Save screenshots of sites history. We'll take screenshots of the sites you visit and save them so you can quickly revisit sites you want by hovering in your search results. Do you really want Microsoft taking screenshots of you when you're browsing the web? I don't, so I usually keep that off. Let's go to the next tab, appearance. They hide some pretty good stuff in here. So, page colors, I keep the pages what it is, default. I don't like the new look and feel of Microsoft Edge. Show tab actions menu, I keep that on. Show tab preview on hover, I keep that off. Show profile button, show profile icon in the title bar, I just leave that off by default, for show briefcase icon on work profiles. On favorites, show favorites bar only on new tabs. Depends on you. I can keep it on. I don't usually keep it on, but I like to keep it on new tabs only. I don't use a home screen. I just use a new tab. Forward button I like to keep. Forward button I don't keep. You can have it show. You can have it not show. I just use a keyboard shortcut, Alt and the right arrow. Favorites button I do keep because, like I said, I do use favorites. I do save some of the websites that I go to. If I want to get to like a specific link on a certain website. Collections button, so that would be this thing right here, Microsoft Collections. I don't have any collections from Microsoft. I don't want a lot of this stuff. A lot of this stuff is tracking, so I keep that off. History button, I don't usually use that. Apps button, I don't use that. Downloads button, I do keep on some browsers. Browser Essentials button, again, this is more tracking by Microsoft. I don't like this, so I turn it off. It's turned off, but it's actually not turned off because you got to change some of these settings in the registry. This will be another video to go over some other time. And screenshot button, I don't turn it on. Learning toolkit button, I don't turn it on. Share button, no. Feedback button, no. Share button, you literally just copy paste the link. Show mini menu when searching text, I don't really touch. Show smart actions, define words you've selected. That's good if you're trying to learn something new. It's always great to learn something new, or if you don't know how to spell or read a word, great. Ask before closing window of multiple tabs, I don't bother. because I personally know when I close my browser, I do want it to be closed. Turn off custom scroll bars. Again, mouse gestures. Um, yeah, all these are just default stuff. Enable split screen. You could just use the Windows key and the left or right arrow key. I do that to myself. I do that myself instead of using the split screen. Font size is fine with me. Default. Okay. Microsoft Copilot and sidebar. I don't want the sidebar on. I don't think it's useful. Here's what it looks like. You see it, it just takes up browser space here. I always keep it off. Um, but there are some settings that you have to uncheck by opening it up first. Uncheck uncheck the allow sidebar apps, personalize my top sites. I leave those off and just make sure they're off. The big one, Copilot, Microsoft's AI. I do not like their AI system. I do not want it to scan whatever I'm reading on the web and then say, hey, did you know you could find this 0.2 seconds faster? I don't like that. So I'm going to uncheck it. Uh, Again, it's not really off, it's just unchecked. You got to turn that off in the registry settings, which we can go over in another video if you guys like this one. So we are on the start page, new tab. Open Edge in new tab, great. Customize my page layout. We did that when we first opened it. So great, we're all done with that. Share, copy, paste. I just keep it as a link because if you're copy pasting to Discord and you have a link, it will send it as a link. Or if you're copy pasting an instant message or an email, it will copy paste it as a link. If you use plain text, it will not. So it will not be a clickable link. Cookies and site permissions. I do keep all this stuff default. Default browser, because I do use Microsoft Edge as my default browser, I keep it as is. And again, language, I think I like it to be translated to English. I live in Thailand, so I do see a lot of Thai pages, and hey, I don't read Thai, I don't think I ever will, so it's good to have. Text prediction, I don't like text prediction. I do like spell check because if you're always if you're typing an email, you know, I think it's smart to just have spell check. Make sure you don't make any errors. Microsoft Editor, I do not like. I try not to use Microsoft Editor because it sends to the Microsoft Cloud services and brings it back down. So just keep it on basic. It has pretty much good language. I mean, you're fine. Downloads, keep it as is. I keep my location. See users will. Downloads, I use a local profile, not Microsoft account. So that can be another video. I'll show you guys how to create a Microsoft or a local account instead of a Microsoft account. Show mini menu when selecting text. I don't really do that. Show downloads menu when a download starts. So this will pop up here. Learn about accessibility features. I don't need that. F12 key to enter developer tools. Developer tools is this. It shows you all the stuff that's on the page. You can highlight, select it. It's pretty useful to have if you know what you're doing with it. Otherwise, it's a pretty dangerous tool. Again, this button should not be here, so I'll right click it, hide from toolbar. Alright, system and performance. Startup boost, I turn startup boost off. I like to also make sure Microsoft Edge is closed when I close it. Graphic acceleration, that is up to you. I've run into some issues with this when I was using my laptop. I have a AMD internal GPU with a NVIDIA GPU, so it did give me a little bit of issues at times. Proxy settings, I don't need to open that. 1080p video resolution for enhancement. Efficiency mode, I turn efficiency mode off. Improve my PC gaming experience with efficiency mode, I leave that off. Save resources with sleeping tabs, I do turn this one off. You got to make sure you click on fade sleeping tags first. Performance detector, I don't like performance detector. and I keep Microsoft developer tools there. Family safety, I don't let my daughter or any of my children use this. So yeah, printers is just what you have. You'll see that in the Windows settings, phone and other devices, and reset settings. So there you have it. We've gone through the settings in Microsoft Edge. I'm going to show you one last thing. There's one add-on that I do like to install. It's called uBlock Origin. So uBlock Origin, again, this is DuckDuckGo. Great. I like DuckDuckGo because it's not as intense tracking as Google or Microsoft. So that's why I use it. You can either go to ublockorigin.com or you can go to the Microsoft Edge add-on store and I click get. Once you get it, it will show in websites. You will see this. It does read the websites and it blocks ads. All right, I don't sync data. Like I said, I don't sign in to anything. You'll see the extensions toolbar right in the top right corner. I usually like to show it because sometimes you're on a website that does block ad blockers, so you got to turn the ad blocker off. Uh, yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and if you guys want to see more videos such as removing Copilot from your system, some of the Windows registry tools that I like to use personally, let me know. Thank you.